In Kenya, I thought it was my turn to speak. Okay. In Kenya, stop. Do I really need permission to speak? No. I have something to say and it cannot wait. This culture of silencing women is not new, but has evolved over time, fueled by patriarchal structures, colonial laws, and culture. In the past, women such as my grandmothers had to undergo female genital mutilation, a physical muting that measured their bravery by how quietly they endured it. Physical, emotional, and economic hushing of women is detrimental not just to the woman, but to the society. What are the effects? Economic disempowerment, a loss of self-identity, and hesitation to step into leadership roles. Let me give you some numbers. In Kenya, out of 47 governors, only 7 are women, in a country where more than half the population are women. What about land? Take a quick guess. How much land do you think is owned solely by women in Kenya? 3%. 7 times less than the global rate. 10 years ago, that number was 1%. A great improvement, right? So what? Why should it matter? It matters because studies show that empowered women are able to make critical decisions that impact their families, the community, and the nation. And when faced with crisis that is sometimes inevitable, it provides a protective barrier for her and her family. Take me, for example. I was a housewife, and my husband, the sole breadwinner of our family. I enjoyed taking care of our children and the household, but deep down I craved something more. So, when the children were fast asleep, I would sneak to my kitchen and would bake. And there from my kitchen, my cake business grew to a bakery. It brought me so much joy to see the shop creating jobs and some extra income for our family. But in 2021, when the world was in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, my family was facing a crisis of its own. My husband collapsed unexpectedly and had to have emergency brain surgery to save his life. Soon after, he would lose his job, and that bakery became a financial lifeline for our family. As he recovered, we left the city for our land in Namanga in the south of Kenya. There, as I interacted with my neighbors from the Maasai community, I could identify with some of their struggles. We were all trying to find creative ways to stretch the limited income that we had. There, in the dry savannah, we found hope and healing. And that is where Siana Africa was born. Siana Africa is an organization committed to economically empowering women in Kenya through entrepreneurship and high-value climate-resilient farming. Siana is a Maasai word that means the place of plentiful springs. And because springs become rivers, we have developed a 4-step river journey curriculum that mirrors the winding path of a river. it always starts with a spring. The drips, sometimes quiet and unsure, become strong. A powerful source is waiting to be awakened. Here, women learn personal wellness, self-awareness, and how to tackle limiting beliefs. They are trained in aloe vera cultivation with an emphasis on the well-being of the woman. And the drips, growing stronger and more defined, become the stream. In the stream, women move from awareness to action. They learn the value of coming together for a common purpose. They are trained in beekeeping, learning collaboration and leadership. And the stream, as it flows, is bound to encounter the rapids. Here, we focus on facing resistance. Women learn how to handle personal challenges, become solution-oriented, and facing challenges with courage. They are trained in dragon fruit farming that stands for fire and resilience. And the river that overcomes the challenge will find itself in the ocean. Having persisted, the women learn their place in the wider community. They come together to form women groups that will eventually become cooperatives. They learn care and compassion, raising tree nurseries of indigenous seedlings that will be replanted in their communities. They are equipped as environmental guardians. But our model is a bit unique. We use storytelling and dialogue to create mindset and systemic change. We talk with no one silencing us. My being hushed at the beginning of my speech was not new and represents countless women whose voices have been silenced before they could speak. But a change is coming. Can you hear them? Can you hear their song? Wimbo huu uliimbwa historia, watu wote mnaombwa, msikize kwa makini. Sauti zao ziliponyamazishwa, ilikuwa ni dhuluma kwa kina mama kote nchini. Woi, woi, sauti zetu zisikike bila ruhusa kwa yeyote. Woi, woi, tuungane kwa pamoja, tunyamazishe ukimya huu. They are singing over time in history when women's voices were silenced. And over time that's coming and is now here when women will speak with no permission from anyone. This is their tune of independence. Thank you.